Okay, so the first thing we're going to do when starting our fruit baskets is you're going to fold your paper in half like a hot dog bun. That means long side to long side. Then unfold it. You're going to use the fold as placement for the top of your basket. And we're also going to fold it this way, short side to short side, like a hamburger bun, just so we can find where the middle of our paper is. We don't want to draw those lines, but that's just so we know where the middle is for our spacing. So to start, if this is the middle, and then you want the bottom of your basket also on that middle line, but about an inch to an inch and a half above the bottom of your paper, about that far, okay? The basket you want kind of wide, so mark your spots on your paper so that it stays in the middle, but it's going to be big enough to fit all the fruit that we're going to make. So now we're going to make a curved line. We're going to skip this middle dot. You can even erase it so you don't get confused. And we're drawing just a slightly curved line from dot to dot, okay? Just connecting the dots. We're not making a big smile. It's not a deep curve. It's just slightly curved, almost straight. So I'm going to start here and draw a slightly curved line to the other side. Now for the bottom of the basket, you're going to start at this side, but instead of trying to draw all the way over to here, because what happens is a lot of times you guys start to draw like this and then it gets on the other side. To keep that from happening, we're going to draw it in two sections. So we're going to start by drawing from here to this dot, and then come up on the other side and start from here and draw it there. That's going to help your basket stay more even on your paper. Now we need to draw the line for the table, which usually you put about halfway up the basket so it looks like the basket is sitting on the table. So you draw to the basket, kind of skip over, right out the other side. For the first piece of fruit we're going to make, we're going to start with an apple. But again, we want our fruit to be in the basket. So you're only going to see the top halves of the fruit because the bottom of it would be in the basket. So, starting from this corner, I'm just going to draw the top part of an apple. Okay, so it curves over and then I had this little divot because that's where my stem is going to come out of. And then the other side down like that. So you don't see the bottom of the apple, but make sure that both sides of your apple are rounded. Apples are round. Okay, you can add a stem and a leaf. Apple's done. Now for the next one, you can leave. We're going to do an orange. Simple enough. Just a circle, right? Oranges are easy. And add a divot. And then the banana. This one's the hardest. I'll tell you that right now. Again, start at the corner and it's a curved line up here. It looks kind of big, but if you think about proportions, which is the size of one thing in relationship to the size of another, bananas are bigger than apples and oranges. Okay? Now, once you're up here, you're making a slight V at the top. Okay? This is for when you peel a banana and the banana has sides that peel down, right? And then the top will just be the stem. But now we're going to start from the point, and you're going to follow sort of the same curve. You want to keep the distance about the same until it gets a little bit wider at the bottom. So you're just going to draw a line like that for the one side of the banana, and then a curved line to the other side. Banana. Okay? Right? And then you can do the stem at the top. Now the last one, depending on how much room you have or how big or small your basket is, you can add a pear. which kind of looks like a light bulb upside down. So if you start at the small rounded part at the top, and it kind of curves out, and that's the pear. And that's all you really need to draw. Divot, stem, and there's your pear. Okay? The other reason we want these all to be very big is we're going to be using our value scale in this. We talked about how light changes with the shadows, and how where the light hits an object is the brightest part of the object, but the shadow is always on the opposite side. So we'll go over that when we color it, but that's why you want to leave your objects, your fruit, nice and big to allow for that. And if you have space, I don't have a lot of space here, you can always add a pear here if you don't have room for it in your basket. And like I said, since we're drawing in chalk so you can see, there. Okay, and you can have another pear. Or you could, if you have room, you don't have to do a pear. You could do an apple or an orange or whatever you want. Not whatever you want. I wouldn't do anything too difficult because we do have to color all these in. But there's your fruit basket. Pretty simple. And now I'll come around and help you guys make your own.